involved in the cross-examination of Mr. Jakpa?
Yes.
Has he defied the orders of the court, the directive, I might say, or the advice from the court on June 6th?
Well, I'm glad you started from orders, then you moved to directive, then you moved to advice. So, of course, that's exactly what it was. It was an advice, and the Attorney General did indeed consider the advice, and based on certain considerations, it was very necessary for him to come to court today. And the fact that he was in court today and what transpired in court today, it has become very, very, glaring to anybody who was in court that indeed his cross-examination was very necessary because it unearthed certain things. For instance, that Mr. Jakpa himself, and this, I'm not going into the merits of the issue, but I'm just saying things that were said in court today to prevent some narrations that actually did not take place in court. So, for instance, it is clear that Mr. Jakpa himself admitted on oath that he benefited through Jakpa at business or his company. He benefited some 700,000 euros, which is something many people did not know. There's some 700,000 euros representing 28.7% of the entire amount. The entire amount is about, I think, 2.39 million euros in all. So 28.7%, about 700,000 Ghana cedis. Now, Mr. Jakpa himself also, in making reference to his contract with Big C, also stated that he was entitled to 10% of the sales. Now 10%, and the fact that in actual fact he benefited 28.7% means that, and according to him, he also stated earlier in court that aside the 10% that he was entitled to, he was also entitled to any markup he puts on the product. So there's been an extra amount, which is about twice the 10% he's entitled to. And remember that all these money paid are not monies gained from anywhere. These are taxpayers' money. This is your money, this is my money. So 700,000 euros was spent on this. And this is what the Honorable Attorney General is trying to seek justice for. All these amount of taxpayers' monies that were spent. We also realized that, contrary to what he said earlier in respect of his military records, official records were produced in court today which are clear. And the accused person, A3, Mr. Jakpa, was made to read the official military report in respect of his own release. And he did read to the hearing of everyone that his commanding officer referred to his own conduct as shameful and regrettable, amongst others. We heard issues of fraud, amongst others, being stated, issues of a plethora of indebtedness to various bodies, amongst others. Now, these are official military records that have come up, contrary to initial claims of victimization by the military because of his dad. These are documentary things from the Ghana Armed Forces and the security apparatus of this country. And he initially said that, yes, this is the record. However, subsequently, he sought to throw something in. But, I mean, he has lawyers, so I think his lawyers would know what to do if they want to challenge the authenticity of same. And the Evidence Act gives ways that you can challenge authenticity of documents, but the lawyers did not even raise, or the objections were raised, considered, and the same has been admitted into evidence. I also noticed, very key, that the ISO certification in respect of, so bringing it down for all of us to understand, is that whether or not Big C, for instance, had the license or the certification to upgrade vehicles into ambulances, from what I also heard in court, and I'm not going into the merits of the issue, but from what we all heard in court, the certification for same was granted in April 2015. Now, this means that Big C got the license or were registered.
That's what prosecution has presented.
That's what, absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
It could be the case that there are other certifications from 2008, 2009 that you didn't present to the court?
No, on that document.
What to suit your case?
No, we presented the facts. And in that document, we all heard in court, and I'm sure you heard yourself in court, where the accused person read that the accused person originally registered in April 2015. So the ISO certification is abundantly clear, originally registered in April 2015. Now, this is important to note this date because this date is subsequent to when even the ambulances were procured in the country. Remember the agency agreement, and this is all what I heard in court. I repeat, I'm not going to the merits of the issue. The agency agreement was executed, I think, in November 2011, and then in December 2012, I think there was a parliamentary approval. Subsequent to that is when the ambulances came into the system. That was in 2014. So I'm saying this date to make it abundantly clear that from the documents that were presented or from the evidence that was put across in court today, Big C did not even have the ISO certification to even deal or to even do this sort of conversion from a regular vehicle to an ambulance, even at the time that the ambulances came into the country in 2014. And also remember that also it was clear from today's cross-examination by the leader of the bar, the Honorable Attorney General, Mr. Godfred Yeboah-Dame, that in all the documents that were presented, I'm talking in respect of parliamentary approvals and the likes, Big C was never mentioned. So that's also very important to note. Big C was never mentioned.
In totality of today's cross-examination, what past prosecution be able to make their case? Are you satisfied with the cross-examination done today?
I'm satisfied with the cross-examination, and I think a lot of things have been, brought to light. So I'm very satisfied with this cross-examination, and it's for the judge. Prosecution is not the decider of affairs. There's a neutral arbiter, which is the judge, and we believe in the justice system, and the courts will decide ultimately on everything. Thank you very much.
Why did the Attorney General come in?
Okay.